Las Vegas, Nevada, where people's fortunes are determined by the roll of the dice, the turn of the card, and the spin of the wheel, is the site tonight as the country's top amateur bodybuilders take their chances as ESPN presents the Men's USA Championships. Taking the stage tonight, massive light heavyweight Frank Santoriello from New Jersey. Crowd-pleasing Ronald Janvier will also be competing tonight in the talent-laden light heavyweight category. Out of the Windy City comes John Otsworth, who is coming off a first-place finish at the Junior Nationals. Straight from Muscle Beach, California, is California's own Troy Zucalato. And coming back to competition after a 5-year absence is Delray Beach's John Defendis. From the Lone Star State comes the symmetrical Ronnie Schweier. And a man they call the Beast from the East, Benny Pota, will be on stage as well. Another of the country's top middleweights is Kevin McGowan from Phoenix. In the lightweight class, possibly the strongest pound-for-pound competitor on stage tonight will be Alan Ichinose. As we check in on the bantamweights, we'll get a close look at John Schexnayder. Another bantamweight to keep an eye on tonight will be Ron Coccaro. All these and more competitors vying for the prestigious title of Mr. USA. And we welcome you to the Sands Hotel tonight here in Las Vegas as we get set to settle the issue Mr. USA 1988. I'm Hugh Millay, high above the action for ESPN, joined again tonight by Sean Paul Jenkins. And Sean Paul, we've sat through the prejudging, a very long prejudging, I might add. One thing's for certain, the judges have their work cut out for them because we didn't see too many bad bodybuilders in the prejudging.
No, we didn't, Hugh. There are a lot of competitors here today. There are 150 guys here from around the United States. We brought back the top contenders for this show tonight. And from what I've seen, there are a lot of guys here that are ready to win.
One thing people don't realize, there is some strategy involved in winning bodybuilding contests. I know you've won your share. What goes through your mind? What can you do at this stage to maybe give yourself just that little edge, maybe pull this one out?
Well, actually, when you come to this point, the work is already done. If you haven't done your homework, if you haven't prepared properly, there's nothing you can really do. All you can do prior to this is to do your homework, train properly, diet properly, and hope that you peak on the proper day.
We'll find out who is going to peak as the issue of Mr. USA 1988 will be decided in the next hour here on ESPN. We'll come back with the beginning of the competition as we can look at the bantamweights as they take the stage. Stay with us. We'll be back. '88 Men's USA Championships here at the Sands Hotel in Las Vegas. As you can see by that picture right there, a full house on hand. We're set to begin with the bantamweight division. You're looking now at Robert Coccaro out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, age 28, 5'3½", 141, and already the crowd is into this, Sean.
Robert looks as if he's in really good shape here, Hugh. Unfortunately, it looks like his upper body's a little bit ahead of his legs here. But other than that, he's moving really well. He's doing a good job.
As you can see, we'll be using the term illusion a lot tonight, Sean, and it's hard to believe that when you look at a guy this size, 5'3", 141, he looks a lot thicker, a lot bigger. Once again, and a term that you'll be using, I'm sure, is the illusion of bigness.
Well, that's the whole thing about bodybuilding, is creating illusions. A little man always appears a lot bigger on stage. You can tell a man does a lot of power moves because of the shape of his muscles, and that is what creates the illusion of being thick here. What he needs to do is do some of those heavy movements on his legs to make his legs catch up with his upper body. Great posing routine here.
Robert owns his own exercise equipment company in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I don't know if that's the bastion of bodybuilding, but I'm certain that he plans to do some big things. But Oklahoma very hot on the bodybuilding circuit because tonight 3 Mr. Oklahomas competing here at the USA Championships. And our first, as you see right there, Robert Coccaro. And the crowd already, as I said, it is packed here. And you'll hear a lot of yelling, screaming for various favorites. And Robert got things rolling pretty well. Now here is the winner in the bantamweight division, the man who finished first. If you're looking at John Schexnayder. And once again, the winner in each class has been determined, but the overall champion, the Mr. USA overall, has yet to be determined. And that's what we are here for. John Schexnayder comes in with some excellent symmetry, and he looks a lot longer than Robert. Coming in at 5'3", he's actually a half-inch shorter, but he looks taller.
It appears that he has longer muscles. Actually, he could compete as a middleweight here, Hugh. This man is shredded. This man is shredded, in great shape, posing really well here. Tearjerker.
John Schexnayder started as a powerlifter 6 years ago, became a bodybuilder about 3 years ago, and as you can see by the various development in his back, that he is very thickly muscled.
Well, as I stated before here, a lot of people are under the misconceptions that bodybuilders don't lift heavy weights, but in order to get big muscles, you have to lift big weights here, and you have to pay those dues in the beginning.
As you can see, John Schexnayder, a very deliberate routine. And once again, we talk strategy a lot here, Sean, but the music you pick and the speed at which you pose often really lends to how the judges perceive you.
Well, this man knows he's in great shape, and posing slow, you're able to show your body off just a little bit more than posing fast. This guy had a great routine, great body, put it all together, and that's why he won tonight.
John Schexnayder winning the bantamweight category. He'll be back for the overall pose down. Let's see if Tamara Diero can catch up with John backstage.
Stan, you've been moving, new job, new everything. How'd you manage to do it?
God, I have no idea. This was a real difficult contest to get ready for, and there was so much good competition. I was really worried.
You felt the competition in this competition was particularly stiff.
I think it was the stiffest that I've ever faced before, and I'm real thankful that things worked out the way they did.
You took the title. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Already into his posing routine in the lightweight division, as we get set on the lightweights, is Guy Ducasse, who once again comes in after winning a second place in the 87 USAs. So here's a man who's been here before, Sean, and I'd have to think that would be a great advantage for a competitor.
Well, it is sometimes. I mean, you can use it to your advantage. This man wants to win this show. That's why he came back here. This guy is very thickly muscled, Hugh. Great shape, great muscularity. He needs to work on his posing presentation just a little bit more. He needs to, that's his stomach needs to be sucked in. Just the little bitty things. These guys have to remember, posing is an entire round, and you're judged upon that. But other than that, he looks great.
Coming in second place in the lightweight division, Guy Ducasse. But he certainly has all the body parts in place.
Yes, he does. But like I was saying before, all these guys look great here, Hugh. And to win a competition like this, the little things are what sets the winner and the loser apart.
Guy Ducasse leaves the stage, and we check in backstage as the other competitors continue to pump up for their posing routine. But getting set to pose right now, winning first place in the lightweight category is Alan Ichinose from Hawaii, who comes in looking a lot bigger than his stat sheet of 5'4", 154, Sean.
Yeah, Alan is awesome, Hugh. He's got great muscularity. He's ripped. This man appears 20 or 30 pounds more than what he really is. And actually, bodybuilding is a short man's sport, and that helps the illusion.
You know, he comes in and he told us that between competitions, he'll go up as high as 200 pounds. Now, a lot of lines of thought on how much you should weigh in between contests, but obviously for him it's okay, but for other people it might not be.
Well, it's all genetics, more or less. I really don't feel someone should go 30, 40 pounds over their contest weight, because then when you get ready for a contest, your main priority is to lose weight. And when you lose that much weight preparing for a show, you also lose a lot of muscle. So if you stay, with relatively between 15, 20 pounds, that should be your heaviest. But other than that, man, this guy has it all. Great shape, thick. That's all I can say. This man is thick.
We've talked before, he has a look of a winner and tremendous leg development. And he likes, we talked about the balance of the body. I think he's done a good job there. His legs are extremely big, but the upper body matches very well.
It does. As long as Alan doesn't make the mistake, as a lot of little men do, is to continue to try to get too big for his size, he'll do great. But another thing is, you really don't see too many Oriental bodybuilders, and we're beginning to see an influx of them now. Why, I don't know.
Well, bodybuilding just getting more popular worldwide, I guess.
Yes, it is. It is.
He's got some powerful music and certainly has a physique to match it up. He's a hospital security guard and a teacher at a local community college. Just 25 years old, so you have to figure that his future in this sport has to be very, very bright.
Well, bodybuilding is a progressive sport. You never stop learning, you never stop growing, you continually get better. And I guess that's what life is about, too.
We will continue from Las Vegas, the middleweights here at the USA Championships after this.